Hi, now we're here at Chapter 2, Week 2, Part 2. And we're just going to pick up where we left off. I just finished off a little bit with the risks about goals, and we're going to jump right back into interventions for clarifying highly valued goals. Now, there is some work here I would like you to attempt, please. You're going to see in your textbook box 2.1 and 2.2. Now I'm going to walk you through a more detailed look at the box 2.1. It's called the best possible self. And it's a way of clarifying highly valued goals. And this is an exercise that I really encourage you to try. It's based on the research of Laura King from the University of Missouri. Now, the first thing you do is take some time. You're going to have to find a quiet spot. You don't have to be lying down. You could be sitting down. But with this limited amount of distractions, it should only take in the neighborhood of 20 to 30 minutes. And you should do one of each part in 4 consecutive days or 4 days. But try to keep it within a week. It'll keep things fresh in your mind and be able to sort of focus on this task to give it a try. Now, visualize your best possible self. Now, here's what you do on day 1. 20 to 30 minutes, find a quiet place, few distractions. Start to write down how you visualize visualize yourself over the next 10 years. If everything in your life goes as well as it possibly could, and all of your hopes are filled in the following areas. Your physical and mental health are great. Your relationship with your partner, your family, or your friends, you're satisfied and more so. Your achievements in your career at work or in your education are satisfactory to very good. Your achievements in leisure activities, sports, and arts. So write those down. 20 to 30 minutes. Write down what you think you're visualizing yourself in 10 years, having gained everything that you would imagine. What does it look like? What kind of colors are in your visualization? What sounds do you hear? How do you feel? What emotions are you experiencing? How do you see yourself looking forward an additional 10 years from there? And what's the view that you have? All right? So spend 20 to 30 minutes and get an idea of where you imagine yourself being in 10 years. Day 2. Reflect on what you have written about your best possible self. So look at what you've written from day 1 and consider how your reflection informs you about how to answer these questions. What's really important to you? What are your highest priorities in your life? What sorts of things do you value the most? What hopes, what dreams for the future inspire you, draw you into your future? What big overall courses of action do you want to make a commitment to? So that's what you're doing for 20 to 30 minutes on day 2 in a quiet spot with few distractions, is just reflecting on those sorts of questions. Then, on day 3, write down your highly valued goals in each of these following areas. Now do your best to write them positively worded about what you will be gaining, not what you're going to be losing. Make them clear as you can. So you write down health and personal growth. What highly valued goal is related to health and personal growth? Relationships, achievements, leisure activities. Other areas you may want such valued goals could include spirituality. So in this day, you're writing down as clearly and as narrowly focused, positively written as you can. Then day 4, you can refine your goals. Check if your goals have characteristics of highly valued goals that are most likely to enhance well-being. Remember, things like, are they intrinsically rewarding, not extrinsically rewarding? Are they concordant? Do they include autonomy, competence that you feel you have, and relatedness? Do they involve doing valued activities more than acquiring possessions? Do your goals involve approaching valued outcomes more than avoiding unpleasant ones? Do your goals fit together? They don't conflict with one another. You're able to visualize your goal and your perspective from 10 years from now. And it's challenging. It's not fuzzy and it's not easy. Your goals involve a high level of commitment, not just a little, I'll get to it if I can, but you've committed. And can your goal be monitored in a way that provides you feedback that you can make corrective changes on your progress to your long-term goal? Refine your highly valued goals. If they don't have these characteristics, then monitor your goals. Periodically, just write down your rating of progress to each of your highly valued goals on a 10-point scale. On this scale, 1 means you've made little progress towards achieving your highly valued goal, and 10 means you've made a lot of progress. If your scores gradually increase, keep doing whatever it is that you're doing that's allowing you to gradually make progress towards your highly valued goals. Now, if your scores remain the same or are dropping, then ask yourself, am I spending my time prioritizing my highly valued goals? Am I spending much time doing other things? What obstacles would I have to overcome to spend more time pursuing my highly valued goals? What would be the first small step that I could take today to start overcoming these obstacles? Okay, now the development of these values in action classification, these character strengths and virtues, was the first major positive psychology research program. It was initiated by Chris Pedersen and Martin Seligman. The VIA classification is based on a review of major religions and philosophical traditions, and it contains 24 character strengths that are grouped under 6 virtues as follows. There's the virtue of creativity, curiosity, judgment, love of learning, perspective, associated with the virtue of wisdom, and bravery, perseverance, honesty, and zest. Now, zest is associated with the virtue of courage, love, kindness, social intelligence. You get the idea. There's a great number. Teamwork, fairness, leadership, forgiveness, humility, self-regulation, excellence, gratitude, hope, humor, spirituality. They're all desirable. These strengths have been found in surveys of 75 nations. Twin studies indicate that they are partly genetically determined. Their development is supported by enabling conditions that include supportive family, school, and work contexts. These values in action inventories of strength, it's a 240-item self-report questionnaire that assesses 24 character strengths. There's a short forms and revised versions. There's versions that have been made for children, adolescents, and versions for completion by observers who have been developed and are available at www.viacharacter.org. Now, the VIAIS yields a profile of 24 strengths and 5 signature strengths. There are strengths central to a person's these are strengths that are central to a person's character. They use the signature strengths, enhance well-being, academic achievement, and work performance. Now, what I'm going to ask you to do is to go to the link that I will provide in the window here beside me there, and I will put it in a link in the week 2. But please register and take a VIAIS survey. All of the entries that we do are included into research that's being done worldwide. So I've put the link up beside me here. I'll put it in week 2 so you can click it. It will take you to the site and you can complete the survey yourself. I've done it several times over the years. It will change over time as you grow and develop and you mature. Now, carrying on, we're going to check out box 2.5 in our text for a complete list of virtues. A complete list of virtue character strengths. Then have a look at the box 2.6. It's best viewed after you complete your VIA-IS survey because it uses using your signature strengths. It will make more sense. You can look at it and see just how you've managed. Now, the 3 most common VIA character strengths are honesty, fairness, and kindness. And the 3 least common strengths, self-regulation, humility, and prudence. On love, kindness, gratitude, and appreciation of beauty, females score higher than males. But on all the other 20 VIA character strengths, gender differences really are negligible. Most strengths tend to increase with age. Notably, curiosity, love of learning, and fairness, most notably for those strengths. Adolescence scores higher on hope, teamwork, and zest. Adults tend to score higher on appreciation of beauty, excellence, honesty, leadership, and open-mindedness. All 24 VIA character strengths correlate with all 5 aspects of Seligman's perma-well-being model, with zest and hope having the highest correlation highest correlation within overall perma scores. That's kind of interesting, isn't it? Remember, correlation just means they are present together. It doesn't mean cause and effect. So it shows that these things are interrelated. Character strengths, notably zest, hope, self-regulation, are associated with health, physical fitness, and living a healthy lifestyle. Programs that increase the use of signature strengths improve adjustment and recovery time from a range of conditions, including cardiovascular disease, traumatic brain injury, and back pain. It's really sort of suggesting, doesn't it, how much our body can protect ourselves when we are managing in a more positive, emotive space. It will promote our immune system to a point where it actually works for us better. Mental health problems may arise from the overuse or underuse of certain character strengths. For example, in both social anxiety disorder and obsessive compulsive disorder, there is an overuse of social intelligence and an underuse of self-regulation. Optimal use of character strengths may act as a protective factor that prevents the onset of mental health or facilitates recovery. Positive psychotherapy. This is a strength-based intervention program that promotes recovery from mental health problems, notably depression. Under some circumstances, trauma may increase character strength as part of a post-traumatic growth process. People with intellectual disability and neurodevelopmental disabilities have character strengths, and these are associated with well-being. And in caring for people with disabilities, hope is the strength that lessens care burden. It's also known as compassion fatigue. Character strengths enhance both couple and parent-child relationships. Couples in which partners appreciate each other's strengths have more satisfying relationships. Any child raised in a family where the parents care for each other and demonstrate that, children do much better. Children whose parents encourage them to use their well-being and academic achievement and character strengths, notably perseverance, enhancing academic work and performance. Strength-based school intervention increases pupils' well-being, positive behavior, and academic performance. Strength-based in the workplace, the interventions there increase employees' well-being, job satisfaction, and work productivity. Effective strength-based and goal setting is strong elements towards affecting change from the inside, which then the outside treats us differently as a result. Effective strength-based interventions in schools, workplaces, and other settings support the identification and implementation of signature strengths. Facilitating the development of personal strengths is a key element of comprehensive soldier fitness programs in the military. This is a program that was introduced into the American military by Martin Seligman. All sorts of areas are benefiting from some of the work that's being done in positive psychology, most notably in signature strengths and goal setting. So let's get back to our example with Anne, the teacher. Remember Anne, who we met in our discussion on goals. Anne worked in a nursery school and was devoted to her job. Her most highly valued goals was to give her disadvantaged pupils a good start in life. Well, when she took the VIAIS, she found that her top 5 signature strengths: kindness, love of learning, creativity, leadership, and humor. Well, one week, she carried out the series of tasks in which she used the skills to achieve her highly valued goal of giving her disadvantaged students a good start in life. She used her strength of kindness and carefully selected stories that she knew her pupils would like a lot and read those to them as a treat. Their favorite story was about a giraffe who couldn't dance at the jungle party. He was too awkward and shy. He sadly left the party and walked home, and on his way home he heard the sound of the wind in the trees and the trees under the moon, and found that the music made him want to dance. The other animals saw him and were delighted that the giraffe had finally found music he could dance to. The use of her strength of love and learning, and searched on the internet continuing personal development courses relevant to nursery school teachers and took one of these. So she continued to work towards love of learning to do the best she could for the students. The use of her strengths of creativity and humor, Anne wrote a series of funny sing-alongs and do the action songs for her children and taught them how to sing them and do the actions. The kids loved the songs and they all laughed all about them. Leadership, Anne made a point of taking her 2 classroom assistants for a walk after work and build a team morale, and in doing so, used her strength for leadership. Now, when she took a moment later to review, Anne found that using her signature strength increased her well-being from a self-reported 6 or a 7 to 8 or 9. She learned that she could creatively work out ways to use strengths to move towards her highly valued goals of giving her pupils a good start in life. Anne's plan then, she planned to continue doing this exercise, constantly keeping her moving towards her life goals. So how effective are strength-based interventions? As recently as 2019, two researchers from Australia completed meta-analysis of 14 different studies looking at effective intervention strategies from around the world in these interventions and programs that were from about 1 to 26 weeks in length. Now, for clarity, meta-analysis is the statistical process of analyzing and combining results from several similar studies. So this several similar studies was 14 of them. Therefore, simple put, strength-based interventions and programs have a significant impact on well-being. Well, I hope this has really made a difference for you. This brings us to the end of the chapter on goals and strengths. Now, I hope something has rung true for you and you have gained some insight as to what you may do to establish a stronger state of well-being and happiness in your life. Next week, we're going to explore Chapter 3 with some of my favorite topics: gratitude, hope, optimism. I'll see you next week. Bye for now.